Yeah, the craziest thing is that Jackson Mahomes and I are in the same city, and he still won't collab with me, but that's fine. All right, let's get to the show. All right, and we're back again with another Detroit Pierce podcast. Monday Night Football is just ending right now. Lions football. Let's. You obviously know the title of the podcast. Lions didn't lose. Part 2. They didn't lose, right? And they're undefeated in the month of November, which I would have called you crazy at the very beginning of the year. But they're undefeated. What else do you want? I understand you wanted to win. I understand you want to win a game. But you know what? It's the Lions. You are crazy. You are asking for too much for a simple win. Oh, Pierce, I just want a simple win. You're wrong. You're crazy. 0-8-1. And the only takeaway I have is that thank God we are not going to be 0-17. We're not going to do it. That's right. We broke I guess I should have told Dan Campbell I didn't want to be unbeaten. I wanted to win a game. I guess I just asked for the wrong thing. That's embarrassing. That's on me, guys. That's on me. But yeah, what do you want? It was the ugliest game in football history. 0-8-1, tie 16-16. Jared Goff again gets exposed as probably the worst quarterback in the NFL. It's impossible for me to watch a Jets game and think that the Jets' fourth-string quarterback, Josh Johnson, is better than Jared Goff. I didn't think that was even possible, but it is. It's completely true. It is genuinely crazy to think to myself that the Lions are so bad. And my dad called me, and he goes, Pierce, what can you hang your hat on? Like, is there anything good about this team? No, there's nothing good about this team other than Swift and Hockenson. Nothing good in a future offensive line, right? Nothing. Defense is bad. The punter, you know what? Actually, now I'm thinking about it, Swift, Hockenson, offensive line could be better, but good. And we got the best punter in the league. Did you add? Oh, you wanted more? Oh, you wanted more from this team? You're crazy. I'm sitting in an airport, I'm flying from Atlanta to Phoenix, and I'm sitting in an airport yelling at a computer screen because I'm excited about a tie. That's where we're at. We're excited about ties. When will this change? When will this get better? I just want it to get better. I'm going to talk about this later on the podcast. I just want a vision. I want a vision for the future. That's all I'm asking for. I'll talk about that later. All right. Let's run through the scores. Let's run through the NFL real quick. The Monday Night Football game just got over, and I was getting a text messages from my buddy, and he goes, is Matt Stafford elite? Is Matt Stafford really Hall of Famer? I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have Matt Stafford hate anywhere near me. If you hate Matt Stafford, I want you out. I want you to turn off this podcast. Don't actually. And leave. Because Matt Stafford is 7-3. They're getting more pieces. They're going to be better. That defense didn't look good. He had 1 pick 6. I understand. I can't have Matt Stafford hate at all. All-time greatest Lions quarterback. I won't have it. Quick NFL rundown. Cowboys are back. They're stronger than ever. My Colts struggle, but they win. Patriots, everybody's getting too hyped up about them. Buccaneers, they tripped. Everybody's getting too hyped up about Cam Newton. He was in a couple plays. Okay, great. Cool. Jalen Hurts is great. Packers are far from back. Seattle's hurt and bad. And for the people sitting around saying that the Chiefs are only good because Jackson Mahomes didn't show up and was here in Scottsdale, Arizona. You're wrong. Find a new slant. Everybody knows he sent the TikTok to the Chiefs game. He sent out a pregame Chiefs TikTok. If you think that it's because the Chiefs won by so much because Jackson Mahomes was on the sideline, you're wrong. Find a new slant. I won't have it. I tweeted at him. Look, I love Jackson Mahomes more than anybody. What did I say? I said people who are in Scottsdale, me and you, let's collab. Didn't hear anything. I've been commenting on all of his TikToks, and I'm saying, hey, let's collab. Haven't heard anything. I'll let you know. My wife even said, let's go find him. No, not that crazy. You guys hate Jackson Mahomes. I don't understand why you guys hate Jackson Mahomes. I talk about him way too much. I'm moving on. But my biggest takeaways from the NFL, I think it's getting really close and we're getting really even. There isn't anybody that's really standing out in my eyes, especially this week. Nobody's really standing out as the clear favorite to win the Super Bowl. There's not really a team that's really standing out. Everybody's saying Arizona, they're 8-2, but they're hurt. The NFL is kind of in an interesting spot for the first time in a long time where there are like 7 teams that really could win. You could tell, even though the Steelers look bad this week, you could tell me that the Steelers had a chance. I would believe you. The Rams obviously still have a chance, in my opinion. I still have them as my favorite, even though they signed Odell Beckham Jr. The Ravens, the Cowboys, you can make the case for now. The Titans are ugly. You can make a case for them. The Patriots, Dave Portnoy makes the case for them. I just think that the NFL is in such an interesting spot right now that there are so many teams that can still win the Super Bowl and who have a legitimate case on why you should pick them for the Super Bowl. But I'm sticking with the Rams, even though they look bad tonight. Still picking my Rams. I just have so much belief in what they're building. Aaron Donald, Von Miller. When Von Miller gets implemented in that defense, I think they're going to be a lot stronger on the defensive side of the ball. And I think that offense is going to figure it out. I think they had a bad night on Monday night, but I think they're going to figure it out at the very least. All right. That's it for the NFL. Let's kick it. Let's go to the European Minute. My favorite segment, your least favorite segment. More importantly, my favorite segment. In 2, 1. European Minute. F1 race this weekend in Brazil. Lewis Hamilton got a new engine, and he looks strong. But we have a race. Pun definitely attended. We got a race at the very end. We got 3 races to go. F1 is getting down to the wire. If you haven't watched F1 but want to get into it, now is the time. Now is definitely the time because Red Bull and Mercedes are going down to the wire. Italy and Spain fighting to make it back to the World Cup. They made it to, now they're going to be put in a playoff because they've been struggling. That'll be interesting over there in Europe. And I understand that U.S. versus Mexico soccer is not European, but it is soccer, so that's why it lands in the European Minute. 2-0. USA is the team to beat in CONCACAF. You better watch out. I'm sick and tired of all the U.S. hate. We're coming. We are the team. And in 2024 or whatever the year that it's coming to America, we are going to be in the semifinals. We're going to be in the Final Four. I believe in this team. I just don't believe in the coach. That has been your European Minute with a little sprinkle of USA soccer. All right. Going to college football this weekend. I was in Auburn. Vlog coming out later this week. I'm predicting Wednesday it will come out. Fun time. We had a great time. Auburn campus is a great campus. The only big takeaway I have from Auburn is that it is shocking at how little brother they are to Alabama. Every single thing at the Auburn at a bookstore, at the store across the street that sells Auburn stuff, it's amazing on how much Auburn just idolizes themselves beating Alabama. Every picture, every video, everything has to do with beating Alabama. And that makes me think to myself, into my core, that if a coach were ever to go 6-6 but beat Alabama, they would truly, truly keep their job because they beat Alabama. Really. And I want everybody that is into college football, that knows anything about college football, that hates Bo Nix, even though he's going to be hurt out for the last couple games. He's out for the rest of the season with an ankle injury. Bo Nix, when Bo Nix is good, is a Heisman Trophy candidate. I think next year that he could be a Heisman Trophy candidate if he is the starting quarterback. I think he just has that flavor to him, and I might sprinkle him. I might bet on him. I might bet on him to win the Heisman Trophy next year. I don't know. I'm a crazy person. Look out for the vlog later this week. All right. Other games. Oklahoma got exposed. Texas got exposed. I just think it's going to be so funny when they go to the SEC in a couple of years. I think it's going to be very funny to see how good they're going to be. I think everybody was I had a couple Oklahoma friends that said, oh, we got screwed at the college football playoff. We got screwed, blah, 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 blah. We're 8th in the country. We're better. We're undefeated. We should be top 4. Look, I've said this once. I've said it 1,000 times. For their performances in the college football playoff, they should be suspended for at least 4 years from ever making the college football playoff. And I think that they have struggled all year long. They haven't been fun to watch. They've been really bad. They've been getting really good breaks. They beat Texas. They beat Nebraska. But they haven't played anybody yet. And then the first time they do, they just didn't show up. They clearly were exposed. They're clearly exposed. Texas, obviously, they've lost 5 straight. They're terrible. Sark does not have that place figured out at all. He has no idea what's going on over there. He's got to change everything. There was a video of a 5-star and a 4-star recruit watching it in the end zone and laughing at Texas and Texas fans. It is bad. Very bad. But in that conference, I think something interesting is happening. Oklahoma State still has a chance, in my mind, to make the college football playoff. If they beat Oklahoma and they beat Baylor in the Big 12 championship game, there's going to be things that are naturally going to happen. Oregon's going to lose to Washington State. Ohio State, Michigan State, and Michigan are obviously going to beat each other. Then you're going to have a case between Oklahoma State versus an undefeated Cincinnati. And you know how I feel about that. You know that I think personally that Oklahoma State should be elevated above Cincinnati, but it'll be an interesting situation. It'll be an interesting call that I think the college football committee is going to have to make. A 0-loss Cincinnati or Oklahoma State, who beat Oklahoma, beat Baylor, won their conference. Be very interesting. Be very, very interesting. Also, I want to say this before I say the college football Final 6. It is absolute crap that these SEC teams get to schedule an FCS team in the middle of their season instead of having to play their conference. I've always said this. Any Big Ten person, anybody that is in a conference outside of the SEC thinks this. It is crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy that they get to play New Mexico State in the middle of the season. And it's crazy that Florida gets to play Stanford or whatever. That's crazy. Okay. But here's my college football Final 6 as of right now. At number 1, I've got Georgia. I picked them. I bet on them to win the national championship at the beginning of the year. I still have them. Georgia, number 1. Alabama, number 2. Number 3, as of right now, I've got Oregon. Number 4, I've got Ohio State. Number 5, I've got Michigan State. And number 6, I got Michigan. And at number 7, I have Oklahoma State. But one of those teams in the Big Ten is going to make it. Not 2, 1. Just how it's going to work. And I don't tell anybody I said this, but I think Ohio State beats Michigan. And I think Ohio State beats Michigan State this week. I think Ohio State's going to say something this week. And I don't know what the line is. Guess this line. I would say Ohio State's probably a 9.5-point favorite. Right? That's it. I think that this week Ohio State goes out there and goes to the world and says, look, we deserve to be in the Final Four. We deserve to be in the college football playoff, and we're going to prove it. I wasn't even close. 19-point favorites. I like Ohio State to cover. I really do. And I also think that Mel Tucker deserves a huge contract extension. I think this is as good as it's going to get for Michigan State. I think Mel Tucker definitely deserves a huge, huge raise at Michigan State. And a huge extension. But that's my top 6 for right now. Big news of the day. For me, at least. Erod gets signed to the Detroit Tigers. And right when you think, all of you haters, hating on Al Avila. Been secretly not saying anything because I supported Al Avila. I have. They're going for it. That's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for. You just got to ask for a glimmer of hope. A glimmer. We got our catcher. We got our starting pitcher. And now we need to go get our shortstop. And everybody is predicting Carlos Correa to go to the Tigers. Everybody. That's all you can ask for. I mean, legitimately. When you go that's all you can ask for out of the Tigers. Just sign some people. Give me some hope. And in March, I can have something to root for. Now, do I think they're going to make the playoffs next year if they sign Carlos Correa? No. But do I think that they're going to be close in September and be like, we can make it? Yes. And that's all I need. I need something to get me to the end of the season. Just a little bit of hope next year. And Avila's giving me that. That's all you can. Just don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. But I think we might do well. Erod's great. At first, I won't lie, I didn't like the deal. And then I actually did research. Because I saw the ERA, I saw the wins. Then I did some research. Left-hander, young, good contract. I'll take it. I really like it. I really like the deal. Avila, good job. This week, the Detroit Red Wings are going to be in Phoenix, so I'm going to go see them on Saturday, most likely. Depends, but I'm buying a house, so it doesn't. Depends. Excited to see them. They're fun to watch. I like it. And then the Pistons are 3-10. But this is what I was talking about at the top of the podcast, all right? When it comes to the Red Wings, Pistons, and Tigers, all you could ask for with a team is that there's a vision to the program or to the franchise. With the Tigers, Red Wings, and Pistons, you can clearly see a vision for the future. And that's all you can ask for. With the Lions, I have nothing. There's no type of vision. It doesn't feel like they're building anything. There's nothing. It just doesn't feel like it. With the Pistons, they're 3-10. They have Cade Cunningham. They got Hayes. They've got Bay. They got Stewart. There's things that you can build on, right? There's a vision. With the Red Wings, they got the Yzer plan. The Tigers were signing Erod. We've got all these guys coming up. We're signing Carlos Correa. There's clearly a path. That's my problem with the Lions. They just don't have anything. They don't have any path. They don't have any vision. I just feel like we're not building to anything. It's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. All right, final thoughts. It feels like my rant was the vision, but here are my final thoughts. I was taking a flight from Atlanta to Phoenix. All right, 4.5 hours. It's a 4.5 hour flight. Okay? So what do? You get on your Netflix, you download a bunch of shows, you charge up your laptop, watch the Packers versus Seattle. You get it all ready to go, right? You do. It's your responsibility. The guy next to me on the plane, very nice guy. But he wanted to talk the whole entire time. I am not sitting and talking to you for 4.5 hours. Bring your own entertainment, okay? I may be the biggest jerk in the world. You might tweet at me and say, Pierce, you're a terrible person. You might DM me and say, Pierce, you're horrible. He was just trying to be nice. Look, leave me alone. I just feel like that is the worst etiquette in the world. Leave me alone. Do not talk to the other person on the plane. If you're doing small talk right before the plane and when you land and you're like, oh, that turbulence is bad, or how would you eat at the airport? That's fine. When we're up in the middle of the air, stop. I can't do it. And look, I'm rated a 98 extrovert. I mean, I am an extreme extrovert. I don't even want to talk to you. Bring your own entertainment. The guy didn't bring anything. The guy sat there and didn't bring a single thing except for a conversation. No. Just don't talk to me on a plane. Please. Do me a favor. Okay. Vlog coming out from the Auburn game on Wednesday or Thursday. Thank you guys so much for listening. If there's anything I can do for you, please DM me. Shout out to Scott Dillon, who asked for picks. I messed up. I forgot to give picks out this Sunday. He did really well, by the way. So please DM me, tweet at me if you want to talk about anything, if you want me to talk about anything, if you want me to stop talking about anything, except for Jack's moms. Tweet or DM me. Thank you so much. God bless. Go Detroit Sports.